Yo, what's going on, Steeler Nation? We are back with episode 230 of the Steel Factory podcast. My name's Rion. I'm joined by my co-host Chewy and Junior.
What's up?
What's up?
All right. Well, what a weekend it was. The NFL draft just concluded, I guess Saturday night, right? We're recording this Monday night. But yeah, any initial thoughts before we get right into it?
This is our best draft in a long time. I think I'm fucking gassed up about this draft. Every draft in recent memory, I feel like Kevin Colbert has had like one or two like really questionable picks where you're like, what the fuck was that? But I feel really fucking good about this one. Like we had so much value at every pick, and a lot of guys ended up like our first four picks. I felt were like amazing. Like they were all guys that were at key positions, and I felt really good about like Darnell Washington. I know you guys fucking try to meme me for that.
I didn't.
I memed you for a first round pick. I didn't want him.
I wanted him for 49, but we got him at 93. So I think that's good value, dude. As long as his knee is duct tape instead of scotch tape, I feel good.
It's just a cartilage thing, right?
That's what he said.
That's what he says. I trust him. But yeah, I mean, just to wrap it up, or not wrap it up, but you know what I mean. Dude, is it just me, or did it just? I think Tomlin might have said this, but I felt like a million tabs closed in my head after the draft ended, because I had so many fucking like players in mind. I had a fucking whiteboard, doing the whole 9 yards with this thing, and then to finally know what guys we got was honestly a pretty relief, knowing that we had a good haul here.
Yeah, we talked about all of them, like all of these guys except Benton. I feel like.
Oh, Benton, Keanu.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about Porter a lot. We talked about Broderick.
Not just on the podcast, just like in our little group chat, we went over them a lot.
Yeah.
For like, because honestly, it felt longer too since we didn't make the playoffs this year. I mean, when we do make the playoffs, we usually bounce in the first round, but I felt like as soon as the season ends, we go right into mock draft season, and it's honestly just as long as the regular season. Since our week 17 or week 18 game. So we've been going at this for a while, guys. 2-3 months.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go right into day one. Should we go straight into Broderick, like the shit that went down, or you guys want to talk about how like the first round kind of went? Because it was actually pretty exciting, and there was a lot of, I don't know, things that came out of left field that day, the first round.
Oh yeah, let's go into it.
Broderick only, bud.
Broderick only. All right. So things were kind of going weird. You saw Darnell Wright go to the Bears. You saw Skoronski go to, was it the Titans? And then I think right when that happened, the Steelers were ready to just pull the trigger and trade up. And luckily the Patriots were like, fuck it. Just give us a fourth rounder. You go up 3 spots. You could leap the Jets. And that's what happened. And Broderick was there. And what did you guys think we could go Gonzalez at that point? Because he was still on the board. And I mean, Porter was obviously on the board too, but I think when I saw Broderick there, I think it had to be him, right?
Yeah, I think my thought process, and I think a lot of people's thought process was like, there are no more good tackles left, or no more like tier 1 tackles left, right? And after that, there's like a fat drop, and the draft is so stacked with corners this year that it wouldn't make sense to like trade away draft capital just to go up for Gonzalez, when like it seemed like Porter would be there, or DJ Turner or Deontay Banks they would all be at places where we would draft.
But yeah, Broderick.
Yeah,
go.
Yeah, well, exactly like Junior said, there is one more great tackle left on the board. You had to take him at that point. I don't think Gonzalez was really that. I don't think he was a possibility looking back now.
That morning, I had heard a source. I forgot who it might have been. It was a Steelers insider. I think Gary Dulac. He went out and said the Steelers trading for Gonzalez is really likely. And I was like, fuck, trading for a corner? And first of all, you mean Gonzalez, the whole draft process was like top 10 consensus. You know what I mean? And for him to fall all the way to 17 was pretty shocking. I mean, Forbes went before him. What a fucking... I don't even know. I don't know how that happened. You went to Washington. We had Washington taking Porter. So that's honestly that's a freed up Porter to fall to us at 32. We'll get into that in a bit. But I mean, you saw I posted my reaction on here. I honestly I think I was really happy about that because part of my mind thought we were going up for Gonzalez, and I was not really for that. I wanted us to go corner second, tackle first. But
No, definitely.
we're going to Broderick now. What a fucking player he is. Seeing the tape.
Yeah, he's only played a year and a half, or he's only started a year and a half at left tackle, and he just completely stole the spot, dude. He's a fucking beast. He's really raw, but he has all the tools. He has great feet. Like I feel really good about this guy. I think he's a Pro Bowler. Just that we just have to get him there. You know, he has all the tools.
I liked his press conference a lot too. I like a smart guy.
He seems pure. You know what I mean? Seems like a good kid. But yeah, that's the main thing too. Is even though he started that full year at Georgia last year and some his sophomore year, or I think he took a redshirt year, right? So really only like 2 years suited up. But they're saying he still has a lot of room to improve and a lot of room to grow, which is good to know. And considering how good he was last year, allowed no sacks. I think he only had one penalty, like one false start, whatever it was. I mean, that speaks for itself. That's what you look for when you're grading all linemen. But then yeah, we could go into Porter Jr. I mean, literally, I felt like I was refreshing Twitter that whole morning, Friday morning, thinking there would be a trade, because Tomlin made it seem that they were ready to just shop that pick 32 and just get whatever haul they could get for it. I did see a couple rumors of what teams were offering. Ultimately, we decided to stick with the pick, and I think that pick couldn't have been more obvious, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Brian Branch sounded pretty reasonable too, but yeah, Porter. It was Porter the whole time.
I think what's funny is it seemed almost too perfect that, and with Tomlin talking about like the hype people get about like people in the 412 or whatever the Pittsburgh area code is.
Yeah.
Like us like being in love with all the fucking pit guys or pen guys or whatever. And he's saying it was basically all just smoke. But I was
pick
like,
32 was all smoke too.
I know. So when it happened, I was like, fuck, this guy's right there and he's really good. He's a first round talent easily. He's always lumped into that like tier 1 of corners, or maybe like tier 1.5 of corners. It felt too perfect. I definitely thought we were gonna trade out of it.
Hey, Chris Sims called that though. Him falling out of the first round. How about that?
Fuck, I was talking shit about Chris Sims too. I'm happy.
But I mean, I think yeah. Once we had our pick, I literally spent the rest of the night rooting for someone like Porter to fall out of the first round. At that point, that's what kept me watching in the first round. And as soon as the first round ended, I was like, yes, we got our fucking guy. And I'm thinking, I mean, just throughout this comparison, I'm thinking he's gonna have the career of Ike Taylor, right? Not an All-Pro, probably won't make a Pro Bowl, but he's gonna be able to stick by another team's first receiver, and you know, he's gonna be able to keep him in check most of the game. And I'm hoping we get at least 10 years out of him, hopefully. And I really hope this guy. I hope this guy plays like his fucking dad too, because growing up, I always saw the freaking highlights of Joey Porter and how much shit this guy would talk every game. And honestly, it gets you gassed up going back and watching the tape, watching the best Joey Porter best moments, whatever. And also watching that America's game from Super Bowl 40. The Joey Porter gets me hyped up, and I'm really hoping his son has at least some of that. And I was ready to order my jersey, but they haven't posted the jersey number yet.
What do you think? Is it a 5?
I hope it's a 5. A single digit would go hard.
I think 5 would be the best one.
Yeah.
Are you guys down to go all in on some Chinese jerseys? If we order now, we get them by
the DH Gate one, right? Don't we have to order in bulk?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We get
what's bulk? 3?
We get one Porter each, and then we get one Jones each.
What about a Darnell?
I mean, I'm down.
I think Darnell gets number 0. That'd be sick.
Fuck, I'd have to buy that one.
Oh yeah, we got dude. I keep thinking we got Darnell at 49, but we got fucking Benton at 39 or 49. Anything on him? Do you guys want to add in while we keep going down
I,
these picks?
I heard he was like a steal. That's what I heard. That's what I saw. That everyone was saying. I didn't read up much on this guy, but I heard he was like a steal. I heard people say that he was like super raw, but he had all the tools and that he had a bunch of potential, and he was definitely taking the right steps to becoming like a really, really great fucking player.
I, I don't know if it was a steal. I think it was a second round lock for sure. But to get him like yeah, like I guess middle slash back half of the second round was still pretty good value for him.
I felt like a Wydell pick. That makes sense. Like just building the O line. I don't have we ever done that back to back first two or not first two picks, but
O line, D
two.
line.
Yeah, I guess Porter doesn't count, but I don't think we've ever done that.
When did we get? Yeah, I can't even remember who was the second round after
Maybe
Cam. That wasn't the Castro, right? No, the Castro was a first rounder, huh?
was Tuitt after De Castro, or was that the year after?
No, Tuitt was 2014. Tuitt was Shazier and him 2014, right?
I think Tuitt was 2013. I don't know.
Tuitt was 2014 second round. But I mean, regardless, it's been a while since we've really prioritized the trenches in the draft, and I
No, yeah,
hope it fucking shows, dude.
definitely. I mean, that's how the fucking Eagles are built, right? It's all about the trenches, and I really like that direction. I think like just the last year, I'm really feeling like that. That's the way games are won.
Yeah, I mean, I heard this guy, um, was mainly playing wrestling in high school, and I think it got towards the end of his high school career, and he's like, I really just want to play football, and he somehow got an offer to go to Wisconsin. And this guy fucking played a shit ton there. So football's still pretty new to him, I think. Hopefully my sources are right. By the sources I mean the Pittsburgh radio at fucking 6 in the morning while I'm half asleep. Um, but yeah, enough on Benton. Now we traded pick 80 to jump down to 93, and we got our fourth rounder back that we traded to get Broderick. So we had pick 93, or we got picks 93 and 132 for pick 80. And I think we're all just kind of rooting for one guy to fall to 93, and it happened, right? Arlie
You got a
Jr.
guy?
was
Yeah.
Darnell, sixth lineman, Washington.
Dude, don't tell me you guys watched his highlights and weren't fucking hyped that we got this guy.
I saw him pushing the sled at the combine, and I was like, you know what?
His knee looks good.
Maybe getting him at 49 wouldn't be too crazy. That's all I really thought, though. But our tight end group is stacked.
Yeah, we have a fucking sick tight end group.
Yeah, it's nice.
I feel like the only part of our offense that feels a little bit lacking right now is our receiver room.
And when was the last time that happened?
I don't know.
But I mean, these picks speak for themselves. We're gonna go back to playing Steeler football, aka bullying the fuck out of teams. Smash mouth. We're gonna run it at you. Look at all the linemen we have. If one gets injured, we have a guy back for ready to back up. We have the swing tackle or swing guard. Is in which was it? I'm confusing the Herbig brothers now. Which one's the lineman, Nick or Nate? Whatever.
Nate.
Yeah.
We got yeah, I mean Samalu, left guard, left tackle Broderick. Yeah, we're really just upgrading our left side of the line, and then you have another lineman, Darnell / tight end. And this guy's a fucking blocker, dude. And I think his athleticism it's to the point where his athleticism is underrated.
He's a Gronk type of player. You guys can say it now.
Chewy hates that comp.
You guys can say it now.
No, I can't wait. I mean, especially because I'm gonna assume he's gonna get a lot of playing time in the preseason. I can't wait to see what he does.
These preseason games are gonna be sick. I'm finally excited about like a crop of a crop of young guys.
What else can we add onto Darnell Washington? So it's like a knee cartilage issue. That's what made him drop out of the second round all the way to 93 in the third round. I don't know. There was a lot of tight ends that got picked too. So the fact that so many people were taking him over him was quite shocking. But yeah, we get into day 3. Oh, shit. So we got Edge from Wisconsin, Herbig, at pick 132. Again, this kind of just seemed obvious because we had just signed his brother in the offseason, the swing guard. Um, but yeah, this guy led the Big Ten in sacks. That's actually a pretty big deal, right?
That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
Decent,
we got
decent. What the fuck are they? Conference?
For
Big
someone in the
Ten.
4th round, that's pretty crazy.
I'll take Watt in the 4th.
Here's the thing, though. They're saying this guy might be too small to play edge, and they might move him to the inside. But they're gonna try him at edge first.
What preseason is for, and the Browns.
And no, I actually, I mean, when we didn't take edge after day 2, I was kind of assuming that we try to kick Leal to the outside because I mean he has the height that we look for in edge rushers. I mean, obviously you just have to get the build, but we'll see what happens, dude.
I don't see that at all.
We have a lot of we have a lot of depth at D line.
Nah.
People are saying we have a lot of D linemen, dude. After
Yeah,
drafting
but moving
Benton,
into edge is cap.
what was that?
No, like Leal to edge is cap.
Really? You think that's not gonna work out?
No.
Fuck.
We
mean-
played 3-4. If it
Um,
was the 4-3, maybe, but I don't think so.
fuck. But yeah, I mean, this guy's gonna be he might see the field a lot because of how much Watt and Highsmith rotate. So we'll see what happens there. Everyone was saying that our edge depth is pretty weak. So I felt like we had to do this type of pick, day 2, day 3.
Cory Trice, this is a guy that I feel pretty good about right now.
This was yeah. People said what he should have been day 2, right?
People had him in the 3rd round. So I don't know why he fell so hard. I mean, I haven't done a ton of research into him. I don't know. Maybe it was like right where it was like the medicals that people weren't in love with, or maybe it was just something random. But who knows? I feel pretty good about him. I feel like we drafted 2 corners in the 2nd round. Trice seems like he had a lot of potential. It seems like people really believe in him enough to have him graded as a 3rd round player.
I've seen that he's not the same as Porter, but yeah, he has like around the 6'2", 6'3" frame. He's good in press, mainly press, man-to-man guy on the outside. I mean, who knows? I mean, you never really see a 7th rounder make an immediate impact. And our corner group is weak, so if he could shoot up the depth chart during camp in the preseason, he has a good shot, especially if he's healthy and all that. And then we wrapped up the draft, pick 251, getting an offensive tackle. Or is he tackle or guard? Spencer Anderson out of Maryland.
Thought it was a guard.
Is he a guard? All right, well, we'll see what happens there. And then we had a handful of undrafted free agents. I'll kind of run down the list and their position, and then we'll have some thoughts on that after. So we got Jordan Bird, running back / return specialist from San Diego State. We got a kicker from Clemson, BT Potter. Tanner Morgan from Minnesota, a quarterback. Shaq Davis, South Carolina State, a receiver. Monte Pottebaum, Iowa, fullback. David Perales from Fresno State, linebacker. And James Nyamawa, Merrimack. That guy's a D tackle. Anything that stands out to you in these positions? I mean, I guess maybe the quarterback, just because the fact that we only have 2 on our roster at this point.
Nothing really. I feel like all these guys seem like
Just
a bunch of guys.
Gotta fill up the 90-man roster going into training camp is what it's looking like.
What were you talking about earlier? Who do we have to cut to save $6 million?
Oh yeah, I saw a tweet that if you cut Gunner and
Witherspoon?
we could free up like $6 million in cap. I don't know what I don't know what you do with it because I think we're so late in free agency.
Who's out there still? Do we wait for like people to get cut?
Kinda.
Maybe you trade and then use like Festus.
Miles
That's
Jack is still a free agent. I don't know if you bring him
That's
back. Do you bring him back on a minimum? No.
I'm good.
Mason Rudolph is a free agent still.
I'd bring him back to camp.
Yeah, I think is he running out of options?
To give Kenny some competition.
Fucking the Packers rather have Sean Clifford in the 5th round than bring in Mason Rudolph for camp. Uh, but yeah, I mean, overall consensus though is these guys are giving us like A plus, A minus. We're getting 90% at least on everyone degrading our drafts and all that. What do you think of that? Is that just reassuring to know that the experts out there are saying that we had a really kick-ass draft class, or are you more of a let's see what happens come training camp, preseason, and then actually see their impact on the fucking regular season?
You don't win games in April, bud.
Yeah, draft grades are full of shit.
um, Let the Browns know that though, because they think they win the fucking offseason every year. Um, but yeah, I guess we could kind of like go around now and pick our favorites. Let's play this game. Who is your favorite pick? I guess Junior can go first because it's pretty obvious.
My boy, Washington. I feel good about him. I wanna see him out there towering over everybody on the field. As soon as as soon as he starts looking like Gronk, I'm gonna start rubbing it in your faces.
I'll take that.
I'm gonna stake my reputation on this.
Those 2 tight end sets are gonna be killer. Him and Pat on the fucking same field.
We just have to copy the Chiefs 2 tight end sets, or was it their 3 tight end sets?
Jesus.
It was like the most effective offense in the NFL last year.
Does Connor become a full-time fullback at this point? Because I know Gentry only has one more. We only resigned him for 1 year, so I'm guessing he's done after this year. And Darnell becomes your the true number 1. But yeah, him and Pat are like a 1A, 1B, I guess, by next year. I think I heard Connor's gonna play the fullback, but either way, the tight end room is stacked. So we'll see how it plays out. Yeah, you could easily go 3-man sets.
I think anything that gets us closer to the Chiefs is probably a good idea.
Tell my Canada that.
Just copy their offense and get yourself in Mahomes.
Get yourself a Mahomes. Chewy, who's your favorite?
Broderick.
Broderick.
I think that was the name I brought up the most in the 1st round.
Yeah, if we could somehow get him, or if he could fall to us at 17, he was always the guy.
I think that's the guy I wanted the most. I felt like he'd be the one that might be available.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was my favorite.
Because we would say stupid shit like, oh yeah, we could just trade pick 32 and 17 and get into the top 10 and really get yourself a Paris Johnson, you know what I mean? But we kind of found ourselves in the middle, and you got the second best left tackle, and you only gave up the 4th rounder.
Yeah, and then getting back that 4th rounder later pretty much felt like
the con artist.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, the whole draft felt ideal.
Yeah, and then I'll say my guy. I mean, everyone says I'm gonna go for the Pittsburgh kids. But yeah, Porter Jr. is my favorite pick. I would agree that getting him at 17 would have been a reach. But I mean, the fact that he fell to us at 32, I mean, the value is just crazy at that point. I can't wait to see what kind of chip he comes in on his shoulder with going into the season. Hopefully, falling out of the 1st round lights a fucking fire in his ass. I just want to see him play like his dad, just as a cornerback, dude. That would be fucking sick. But yeah, do we have the next topic?
Lamar.
Oh yeah, Lamar got his deal. The morning of the draft, right?
Yeah, he got it. He got it the morning of.
And
he became the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. It was like 360 million.
I'm pulling up the numbers right now. 260 million, 5 years, 185 million guaranteed.
So nice.
Average salary of 52 million. Wow.
Good for him.
Are you happy for Lamar?
I'm very happy. I'm very happy for Lamar. Yeah, I'm excited.
To many more. I cannot believe we've only played him like 3 times and he's been in the league for like 7 years.
They got some guys now. Odell Beckham and Zay Flowers.
Oh, yeah, let's go on the AFC North and their drafts. Yeah, let's start off with the Ravens. So,
dude, the Ravens wide receiver room is like 3 of the same guys.
Is it?
Does Tree agree with that?
No. Zay
So-
Flowers is like the speed guy.
Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, Nelson Aguilar, and OBJ, right?
Yeah.
Does that move the needle?
Not if Lamar's not there. I mean,
Oh, yeah. Well, with-
but they do have a Pro Bowler on the bench waiting. Huntley.
Huntley. They still
if
have
you didn't put their
Dobbins,
tight
right?
end- If you put their tight end in that group, then
Tight end's
that's
pretty,
stacked.
Mark Andrews is a
receiving.
pretty good tight end. They always pull running backs out of their ass too.
That's a solid group.
Yeah, you just gotta wait and see what happens when Lamar pulls a QB draw for like the third straight fucking play and see how they react.
Yeah, I mean they got a new OC, so I mean a lot of people are saying hopefully the Ravens offense is completely fucking different because the last one was stale as fuck.
Y'all see the one clip of Zay Flowers? They asked him, like, how excited are you to play in the AFC North? And he was like, who's in the AFC North?
I don't think these people actually watch football. But, like, a lot of college football players don't watch the NFL. Which I'm not surprised that he said that.
Would you take that though? No, but
Take that
just the
back.
fact that he doesn't even really know about the Ravens Steelers rivalry. I mean, he's gonna learn. He's gonna find out.
Yeah, I don't think it matters at all.
I think, dude, I think the rivalry fell off.
Yeah, he's
like,
just not really a
I think
football
that-
guy, honestly.
I don't care. For a receiver, you don't really care about that stuff.
But do you think the rivalries fell off?
Yeah.
And none of us have been good for like.
Yeah,
last
we
year.
haven't met in the playoffs since 2014.
It peaked when we met in the AFC Championship, bud, and then after that, it just nothing hits the same anymore.
We've had some games, but nothing.
Oh yeah, the Antonio Brown catch, that was sick.
That was already like that was like 7-8 years ago already.
I told you it's been garbage for like. 5 years.
At least for me, that Kenny comeback hit fucking different last year.
Yeah, Kenny against Huntley, what a matchup.
Battle of the Giants.
Hey man, that Ravens defense didn't allow a touchdown at home in like fucking 5 straight games.
that Ravens defense is pretty good.
Though they got what's his name, the linebacker we wanted, right? Was it Simpson?
Yeah, Trenton Simpson.
So is
He's
that
in
the end of
third.
Patrick Queen?
They got
Yeah, they didn't pick up his option
Yeah,
they have the guy from the Bears too, right? So,
Raquan Smith.
Queen.
That guy got paid fat. Was it 20 mil or some shit?
for a linebacker. That's a
Damn,
lot.
him, Lamar, and OBJ are making like 100 million combined, huh?
That's crazy.
Odell's getting like 15, 18, right? Lamar 52, and then Roquan 20.
Odell's like at 18 and guaranteed 15, I think.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
And I guess the Bengals. I was hearing that literally they just built the whole draft just revolved around stopping Mahomes. Like it's literally all defense.
That's how it is now, though. Like you just gotta play at your level, dude. You win the division and then you try and win the conference
They ain't thinking about us anymore, huh? Miles Murphy, that was sick.
until this year.
DJ Turner, Chewy's guy.
Good
Jordan Battle, shit.
great pick.
Charlie Jones,
That's a sick-ass
Purdue,
name.
Chase Brown. So receiver, running back towards the end of the draft. Another receiver from Princeton, and a punter. Damn, their day 1, day 2 is pretty sick actually. Jordan Battle, DJ Turner, and Miles Murphy. Fuck.
Yeah,
Pretty
fuck,
solid.
they went
I'll be
all
like,
defense.
shit.
Holy shit.
Let's see the Browns. They're day 3 picks.
Their team.
Cedric Tillman. I remember I brought him up once.
They got Cedric Tillman, Siaki Ika, DeJuan Jones, Isaiah McGuire, and DTR. They
DeJuan Jones.
got Luke Whippler from the Ohio State center.
DeJuan Jones fell a ton, right?
I heard a source on Twitter say that after meeting with DeJuan, Mike Tomlin fucking hated him. Like you know how there's that one picture how he took like the whole Ohio State lineman group out to dinner. Yeah, there was the center, DeJuan, and Paris. Apparently after that dinner, Tomlin was like, "Yeah, that kid's a fucking red flag."
Good.
I wonder if it was what he ordered.
I think DeJuan is like super fat, so maybe he ordered like
Well, I mean,
like
that was
3
like
entrees.
that was like 6'8", dude. I bet he fucking eats.
I would have cut 3 entrees too, but don't get.
On Tomlin's dime? Fuck.
You get that.
500K or dinner with Tomlin?
We get that prime ribeye, a tomahawk.
50K or dinner with Tomlin?
50 racks.
Um. So, what? I mean, fucking, them drafting DTR is fucking hilarious to me, though. Did you take that?
I think that's like a scheme fit, right? Like the backup for Deshaun.
Who
Like
is
the
the?
Ravens
They
had
didn't. They didn't get Jacoby back, right?
I think he went to this. I forgot where he went, but he left.
But yeah, actually, I'd rank the Bengals, and then the Ravens, then Browns, right? What are you guys?
No, same. I mean, the Browns picked really late. They didn't even get any high end talent.
Yeah,
The Bengals had a nice draft. They went straight defense for the first 3 picks, but at the same time, they lost a lot of like really important defensive pieces. So I don't think it's too big a deal.
Yeah, they just gotta hope those guys get filling right away. And with Lamar actually getting paid, I mean, the next one has to be Herbert, or not Herbert. I mean Herbert too, but Burrow.
Burrow. Yeah,
Yeah, you think Burrow is gonna break the record?
they said that Herbert's gonna wait for Burrow.
Why?
Why would you want to get paid first?
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
Herbert should not even get as much as Burrow though.
That's why.
Yeah.
So if Burrow should set the market because he's better, then
Yeah.
Herbert's just gonna set it over because he's going after.
I guess I saw that the 5th-year option got picked up for sure too. I mean, no surprise there. Um, damn. What do you guys think of the quarterbacks and their landing spots?
Bryce Young,
Young shot are gonna be obvious. I mean, even we predicted those, unlike Mel Kiper.
dude, nobody fucking predicted Stroud to the Texans. Like for the last month, it's been nothing but like, oh, the Texans don't like Stroud, but then they picked him up.
It was funny for a while. Everyone was saying, okay, 1 and 2, Stroud and Young, right? And then literally like 2-3 weeks before the draft, everyone was like, never mind, Stroud's not going top 2. He's likely to go top 3.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about Stroud. He's an Ohio State quarterback, so they don't have that great of a reputation.
What school has a good reputation though? I hate that stat
Pitt,
or whatever.
Dan Marino and Kenny.
Doesn't matter, but
USC just has Carson Palmer. Fuck, man. I mean, Caleb should change that. But even then, he started off at Oklahoma, so does it matter?
No, I think that's bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, each decent school is gonna pump out a couple quarterbacks here and there. I mean, one's gonna miss, one's gonna hit. Ohio State just happens to be pumping out quarterbacks every 5 years to the draft, and they all miss. And then Anthony Richardson went to the Colts.
that one's pretty crazy. They have
We'll see him this year, so that's interesting. And Stroud, shit.
They have the Eagles OC from last year, so I think he could probably set it up so they play a lot like
Hurts.
like
Shit.
Jay Leonard.
There's no one else in that room, right? Is he just gonna get the keys day one?
They got a Minshew.
Fuck. That's
A lot of
That's a pretty good it's a pretty good room then. I don't know. I mean they're gonna be really different too. So I don't know how you kind of set that up and build the offense around each other.
I think they got to ease him into it. He has a lot of things that he needs to work on. That guy's the biggest project, but also like
And then
the biggest upside.
the Mayo and Coffee guy, Will Levis, fell out of the first round to the Titans. That's crazy. Malik and Will Levis in the same quarterback room with Ryan Tannehill.
Will Levis probably sits a year too. If
Really?
he was picked in the if he was picked in the first, it'd be a different story. But because he got picked in the second, it kind of puts that aside for a bit. It's like, look, you're a fucking second round draft pick. We don't have all this pressure to play you straight away. Like Richardson, even though he probably needs a year to develop, Like he's your fucking 4th overall pick. You can't just not play that guy.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time too, Levis doesn't get the 5th-year option anymore, so you don't really have enough time to see what he has when you do decide to start him.
I think you have enough time. 3 years.
Yeah, you know right away, especially how long it takes for him to develop too. Hendon Hooker went to the Lions. Yeah. How about the Lions draft? That was weird, dude.
Lions draft was whack.
That's
like,
what set us up to be able to get Broderick. Let's be real here.
Yeah, they did. If what's funny about the Lions draft is that if you like reorganize all the players, then it's a decent draft, right? But just because of where they drafted the guys, people are like, these guys are morons. What the fuck?
Like they traded back and got Gibbs when they could have just stayed pat and got Bajan, right?
I mean, that just goes to show you what. I don't know.
Yeah, should have just taken Bijan.
Bijan.
But any other draft headlines before we wrap up the show?
We won.
You think we won?
I think we won the draft.
Yeah, shout out to the Lions for setting it up for us to get Broderick. Because I'll be honest, we had them getting a corner early, right?
Everyone had them getting Gonzalez. Just like the way they were going about building their team, everybody had them getting Gonzalez.
No, honestly, dude, I'm be real. The Eagles won the draft.
Nolan Smith,
Jalen Carter. We had Jalen Carter going to Seattle.
They got
Seattle gets Devon or Devin.
They got a top 2 talent, dude. They got a top 2 talent in the draft, probably the most talented guy in the draft, and they got a top 10 talent in the draft at a very premium position.
Besides quarterback, Jalen Carter was the best player in the draft outside of the quarterbacks. I mean, even with the quarterbacks.
If Smith fell to 32, I would have taken him over Porgy.
Yeah, and they got Kelly Ringo too, so they got the whole Georgia defense. That was the main headline, right? We got like the 2 Georgia offensive guys, and they got the Georgia defensive guys. That was funny. But next episode, we'll be going into the schedule relief. I think it's slated for May 11th. Any predictions for the schedule, guys? That way we could come back to this and see who was right.
5 Sunday night games.
5? You think we get 5 prime time? I'm going to set the over-under at 4.5.
Isn't it like, don't they have to give us 5?
Because we're the
5
Steelers?
prime time or Sunday night games?
Prime time.
I'll take the over at 5.
Damn, the over. Who's your week 1 matchup? And do we start home or away?
Probably the Bengals away.
Bengals away again? Browns at home? Damn, I don't think they gave us a divisional game again. I think we start off with the Niners at home.
That'd be pretty sick.
That'd be a good benchmark. But yeah, that'll do it for us today, guys. We'll see you guys after the schedule gets released. So yeah, we'll take like a week off and we'll get right back to it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and peace out.